Most people who earn more today than they did 5 years ago are not actually any wealthier. And that sounds strange at first, because logically, it should be the opposite. More income should mean more savings, more progress, more financial freedom. But for a large number of people, that's not what happens. Something subtle takes over every time income goes up. They adjust, not in a dramatic way, not irresponsibly, just enough to cancel the progress. A slightly better apartment, a slightly newer car, a few more subscriptions, more convenience, more comfort. And suddenly, the extra money is gone. This is lifestyle inflation. And it doesn't feel like a problem while it's happening. It feels like progress. Let's make this real. Imagine you're 28 to 32 years old. You live in a mid-sized US city, Austin, Denver, Charlotte, maybe even parts of the UK or Europe like Manchester or Lyon. You make around $60,000 a year. After taxes, that's roughly $3,800 to $4,200 per month. Not rich, not struggling, just solid middle class. Now let's break down your actual life. Rent, about $1,400 for a decent one-bedroom. Car payment, $300. Insurance and fuel, $200. Just like that, you're already down to around $2,200. Now add basics, groceries, utilities, phone, internet, $500. You're left with around $1,700. But that's not where it ends, because modern life doesn't run on just basic. It runs on subscriptions, payments, and small commitments. Netflix, Spotify, gym, apps, delivery services, buy now pay later plans. Individually, small. But together, easily $300 to $500 per month. Now your leftover money is suddenly $400, maybe $600. And that's before eating out, weekend plans, travel, gifts, random spending you don't even track. And this is the moment most people miss. Because nothing here feels extreme, but everything together quietly removes your ability to save. There's a term in finance, golden handcuffs. It usually means a job you can't leave because the pay is too good. But most people don't realize something important. You can build your own golden handcuffs, just through your lifestyle. Every time your income increases, and your expenses increase with it, you lock in a new financial baseline. And that baseline becomes your new normal, not temporary, permanent. Rent goes up, car gets upgraded, lifestyle expands, and suddenly, you don't feel like you have extra income anymore. You feel like you need every dollar just to stay where you are. That's the trap. Not debt alone, not overspending alone, but fixed monthly obligations stacking over time. Because fixed expenses don't just cost money, they remove options. Let's slow this down. If you could save just $300 per month, that's $3,600 per year. Over 10 years, $36,000. But invested in the market at average return, it becomes closer to $50,000. Over 20 years, about $150,000 plus. And that's just one small monthly decision. Now multiply that across car upgrades, lifestyle upgrades, subscriptions, convenience spending, credit card balances. And the gap becomes massive, not because you spent recklessly, but because you never saw the long-term cost of small decision. There's also credit card debt. Even a $2,000 balance at 20% interest costs you hundreds every year, for money you already spent. That's money leaving your future, silently. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Lifestyle inflation is not driven by greed. It's driven by psychology. Identity. When you earn more, you feel like your life should reflect it. A better apartment feels like proof of progress. A nicer car feels like success. It's not just spending. It's identity reinforcement. Adaptation. Humans adapt quickly. The upgrade that felt exciting becomes normal in months. Then normal starts to feel like the minimum. And the cycle repeats. Social comparison. Social media changed everything. You're not comparing your life to your neighbors anymore. You're comparing it to curated highlights of people everywhere. And that quietly raises your expectation. Emotional spending. Most spending is not logical. It's emotional. Stress, fatigue, social pressure, convenience, a coffee here, a delivery there, a quick upgrade. Individually harmless, collectively expensive. Fast forward 10 to 15 years. On paper, your income has grown. But your savings haven't. And you're not financially free. You're financially busy. Bills, payments, commitments, and the scary part, you can't easily slow down. Because your lifestyle depends on your income staying the same, or increasing. That's when people realize something uncomfortable. They didn't just build a lifestyle. They built a requirement. People who build real wealth don't do anything extreme. They just do one thing differently: they protect the gap. The gap between earning and spending. When income goes up, they don't fully upgrade their life. They upgrade a little, and save the rest. They avoid stacking fixed monthly payments unnecessarily. Because they understand something simple: a subscription is not just $10. A car payment is not just monthly, it's a long-term limitation. And they respect that. Nobody wakes up and decides to destroy their financial future. It happens slowly, through normal decisions, comfortable decisions, reasonable decisions. That's what makes it so effective, not danger, but normality. So the real question is not, what are you spending on? The real question is, how much of your income is already spoken for before the month even begins? Because that number tells you something important, not about your income, but about your freedom. If this kind of realistic, calm breakdown of money and modern life makes sense to you, you can subscribe for more.